Well, I'll just do a quick video on unhooking trailers. Someone asked about it once before. Alright, just got your pin here. Got to wind down your legs, of course. Now, when you do these, you've actually got 2 speeds on these handles. So if you pull it out, pushes in, pulls out. Pull it out, and you've got, that's a fast speed. So it's 2 ratios, a slow ratio and a fast ratio. Now all these handles are the same. They've all got fast and slow, even the electric ones. Right, just put it on the ground, push it in, and that's your slow ratio. Now that makes a lot of noise when you do that. Now just put that on the ground, just put your legs just as they touch the ground. And then come and pull the pin. Releases the drawers. Now some of these are different. Some have got little clips on them, where you got to pull the clip up, pull the handle forward, and then pull it out, and it locks into got little slots in it. And then we undo our hoses. Now these ones, if you can see them on this trailer, is really close. This thing here is a for ABS, and I got one on the truck, but it's not connected at the moment. So if you come across these, you wonder what they are. It's a big round plug, lots of little pins on it, and that's the ABS plug. So we'll unhook these. They've actually put this really close, so I need 2 hands to do that. Now on these plugs, that's your air lines, and there's a supply and and brakes. Now on here you can just see a little notch on these. You give them a turn, and there's a flat spot on the trailer for the male plug. There's a flat spot. What happens when if you go here, you can't get the trailer, you would never unhook it. That's why you give it a bit of a turn. That little notch goes on the flat spot, and push it in. Easy to undo. This one's the same. As you can see there, there's a round bit, there's a flat spot on the plug, and then you can push it in and out. So when you hook up the trailer, give that a bit of a turn, and it locks it in. That'll stop them from popping off, and that's your electrical one that goes in there. What happens with these, a quick fix if you lose your lights, right? These little pins here have a tendency to close up, because you've got to wiggle these around to get them in and out because they're a bit tight. These little pins have a tendency to close up, so sometimes you've got to open them up a bit. And the same on the plug on the trailer. Now this is probably a main culprit if your lights don't work. So there's little pins, give a little screwdriver, just put it in there, and just open up those pins a bit. Be careful not to break them off. I've actually had one where it's down to 1 little pin, and yeah, you can break them off, so be very careful with those if you have to open them up. But if your lights are flashing, that's probably what it is. That'd be the first place you'd look and make sure that they haven't closed up and they're not making contact. So you just open them up a little bit, little tiny screwdriver you usually get, or even a key if you've got a small key. Always carry screwdrivers with you, just some small ones, and just a Phillips and a flat one, some small ones, larger ones, and that way you can just, if you get in any trouble, you can just little tiny repairs like that. Now this lead here is what's called an Anderson lead. If you've got a rollback trailer, well, this one isn't, it's just a drop deck taut liner. If you've got a rollback trailer, a lot of fridge vans, That's the Anderson lead, connects it up and actually charges up the batteries as you're driving. If you happen to have one with electric legs, when you hook up the lights, it actually charges up the electric legs. So as the lights are on, it charges up the legs. So there's all different sorts, different brands of trailers, of course. Now, same thing as if you're unhooking a B-double, is same thing. There's that handle, as I was saying before, with the little pin that goes up and down. So you pull that up, pull that forward, pulls out and locks in. Same thing with legs. Legs are exactly the same, got the 2 ratios on them, fast and slow. Difference with these is they got taps. So that would be when you unhook them, turn the taps off, stops the air. When you hook them back up, turn the taps back on. Some of the European trucks, Volvos, have got taps when you're hooking up your truck, so you've got to remember to connect that up as well. And don't forget to turn the taps, which I've done many of times. You even forget these, you hook up the truck, hook up the trailers, and you forget to turn the taps. Happens a lot. You do get used to it, get into a routine where you get into a pattern of what you do, and you won't forget things that way. But sometimes when if it's raining or something like that, that's when you'll forget it because you're in a bit of a hurry. Try not to be in a hurry, but it's going to happen from time to time. Alright, we'll unhook these because we've got to hook up some more. Alright, what we're going to do when we get in the truck, we're going to drop the airbags down. So you'll come out a small amount and then we'll drop down the airbags. It'll clear the trailer. Now just have them, that's why you just have the legs, just so they just touch the ground. Makes it a little bit easier. Drop the airbags and we'll unhook the trailer. Yes. Now this is what I mentioned about the airbags. You lower them down and put them up. Don't forget your trailer air. Make sure you pull that out. You'll know it if you don't, because you'll hear the air come out. And that's your truck brakes. Push that in. And then we'll go around the other side and we'll hook up the trailer. And something my father mentioned, just have the, when I say just put down the legs just a little bit, because it's just going to help later on if you've got the same trailers, hooking them back up. Just got to watch the height. Now being chrome guards, you don't want to be scratching those. There's no give in them like plastic. What's going to happen, you'll feel the trailer come up, an angle here, so we're putting downhill. And these automatics aren't the best to try and hook up with. Right, now you feel the trailer come up a little bit if the legs, now if you don't feel that, probably find the trailer's a little bit too high, or you'll see it go up. You gotta just be gentle on these accelerator. Now if you're not sure, always get out and check. You just learn from this from experience to make sure that the trailer's not too high. And do a little take test. You're supposed to do this with the legs up, by the way. What we've got on this automatic's got a hill start disable, and push that in, it just holds it for a minute before it takes off. So that's the hill start. So just push that in and it makes it a little bit easier, because it's as you take your foot off the accelerator, the brakes come on, so it makes it a little bit harder. So we'll just go hook it up. Alright, same thing in reverse. Put the hoses back on. Make sure, here we go, we've got electric legs on this one, so we'll show you how this works. What it is, when the turntable comes in, there's two little arms that come across and lock around the pin. Just make sure your handle's going in, how it was out before, now it's all the way in. Always check with a torch as well. Get underneath the trailer, shine onto the turntable, make sure your legs, the jaws are definitely locked around the pin. Alright, there's two speeds, slow speed, fast speed. Now I usually put it on slow when I first start off. Push this stop button, lights will flash, and push the up button. Just gets the legs off the ground. What you can do, if you've got something like a Volvo, lift the legs up, lift the airbags up, gets the legs off the ground, go straight to the fast speed. Kenworths you can't do it on, they only drop the airbags, you can't lift them up. And as I mentioned, when you're hooking up, just get out just before you hook up, make sure the plate's touching the trailer. If it's a bit too high, somebody's got to put the legs down. There we go, it's off the ground now. What I do is push the stop button. You can actually just flick them over, sometimes they keep going, but not a good thing to do. Wait until the lights flash again. Sometimes you got to do this a couple of times. Doesn't work the first time, you got to do it the second time. And away we go, on the highest speed. While that's doing that, we can hook up our hoses. Once again, find that spot that you can push in. There's one on each side. See how that goes in? Probably need two hands to do this because that's going to move across. There we go. Do a quarter turn. Same with this one. Pin should be already there. Maybe it's not quite lined up. So we'll line that up a little bit. Should push in. Click it in. Quarter turn. So it doesn't come out. Alright, then check everything. We'll just go for a walk around. Not much room down here. Just have a quick look. There's your taps, as I mentioned before. See that someone's done that little turn, so it's just off, so that won't move. Now these trailers have probably been dropped here anyway, so they're probably okay. They don't usually get unhooked, but just check anyway. sure everything's okay. Now this trailer's actually got dangerous goods on it. So what we have to do, check your signs are out. Now you can tow, I haven't done this one, so they must be just on the front trailer. Now it depends where your dangerous goods are. If it's on the front trailer, all you have to do is display the placards on your front. If they're on the back, display them on the sides of the trailer. Just display them on the back, not the front, and then front and back or whatever it happens to be, whether it's mixed dangerous goods or flammable gases. Got fuel running down the side of my tank. And we've got to put a sign on the front. It's only going to be a temporary one until we get back to the yard. We're not actually taking these. Dangerous goods sign. So front and back. Now you don't need a dangerous goods license unless it's bulk, which is over 1,000 litres or 1,000 kilos, I think it might be as well. We'll use up one of these really old ones that I've used before, and we'll keep the new one. So we'll put this one on. It's a bit worse for wear, but it'll do the job until we get back. There's a lot of insects on the truck. So now when you do these signs, if you haven't got a placard sign on the front of your truck, just do the corners, just fold them back and just stick the corners down. So just fold back the paper underneath, just stick them down on the corners. Then we can use them about 3 times. This one's probably worse for wear now. Use them about 3 times that way, and you don't have to keep getting new ones. Put our gloves back. Dangerous goods paperwork will be here. You'll get one of these. You can't really see it, it's underneath, but it says class of dangerous goods. It'll have a diagram of where your dangerous goods is on your trailer here. It'll show you exactly where the dangerous goods are and what class they are. They should always give you one of those information in case there's a problem and you have to call 000, I guess would be the smart thing to do. For further information, there's usually a number there. Alright, we'll get on our way. I've just got to go in reverse. Here's a little tip for going in reverse. And when you back up a B-double, turn the way you want the back of the trailer to go. Now, little tip is fine lines on the concrete. It's usually a guide. I've got to get on the weighbridge, that's why I've got to back up. Now I drive, when I back up, usually look at the centre. They say look in both mirrors. I don't usually look in both mirrors. I get confused. I just look in the right hand mirror, just glance in the other one to make sure I'm not going to hit anything. But see where your back trailer's going. If you want to turn to the right, turn the steering wheel to the right. Opposite if you've got a single trailer, of course. Kenworth's a lot harder to back up than European trucks because they don't turn as good. It's another mirror, just see if they're lined up. Got a car behind us, probably wondering what we're doing. Should be able to get on there now. Windscreen's dirty. Because you don't get much room to get on these weighbridges. We're just on the weighbridge there. So we get in the centre of it, and our weights are up there, 11,660. Let it go to 16. Unless you got mass management, let it go a bit more. And we get our next one. Centre try. 13,510. And then we just try and get the next one on. So you're just going to fit. Up a little bit, just too far. Here we go, and it's 14,100. So that's all right. Let it go to 20 in the centre and 20 down the back. That's all we need there. We take this back to yard and we go home.
Thank God.